dreams fall at my feet. Keep me grounded as I reach higher than I see. Is there something there for me? Pulling back the reins, letting go again. I'm not afraid. I'm not. All my life, one page at a time, I'll show you my true colors. No, no, I won't apologize for the fire in my eyes. Let me show you my true colors. It ain't your rainbow. Not afraid. Something tells me I know nothing at all. I've escaped my capture, and I have no master. I promise with a lie is broken by design. What I thought I knew has been swallowed by the truth. It's time to light the flame right before it rains. I'm not afraid. I'm not. All my life, one page at a time, I'll show you my true colors. No, no, I won't apologize for the fire in my eyes. Let me show you my true colors. It ain't your rainbow. Not afraid. Come and fly away with me. 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 Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. These the dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making through. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. We're rising, we're falling, we're making through. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 Somewhere by the emerald sea, where the moon and water meet. Somewhere close to harmony, when the world is sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away.
Welcome back, friendly targets, and I do thank you for sticking around all this time. I generally play E for a few months, take a few months off, and then the bug bites and I come back. I've been doing that since 2008, and holy crap, that seems like a long time when you say it out loud. Anyways, I want to give the enemy spotlight to, wait for it, Epic Scuzz. He fought me with one of my own fits, and he won, which is impressive. Good job. Kudos to you. That's incredibly flattering, especially considering I'm such a small YouTube channel that really only focuses on Stabber stuff. Yeah, I do other PvP videos, but mostly Stabber. Maybe I should change my YouTube channel name to something Stabber related. This is pre-buff pre-buff Stabber, so when the new one comes out with the damage increase, I'm looking forward to it because, you know, it's going to be better, but I'm also kind of afraid that it'll be less likely to get fights, as fights are getting harder and harder to come by in my area because people have begun to fear the Stabber. Thought I'd never say that out loud. Thought I'd never even see it in my head. Anyways, enjoy this video and I'll try and commentate it best I can. It was a really good fight. It was a relatively long fight. I'm flying my kitey armor rep Stabber with a web and 425s, and he's flying the 2 medium shield extenders, 2 medium neutralizers, afterburner with 180s. So, enjoy the fight. For any of you newer players out there, or simply more casual players with less PvP experience, if you're interested to know more of what I'm talking about in this specific head-to-head combat, go watch my Brawling Stabber video so you can see his exact fit and you know exactly what I'm fighting here. Now, the more experienced players should grasp hold of what I'm talking about. If you've ever watched any of my live streams on Friendly Targets, you've known me saying plenty of times that my biggest fear in the Stabber is another Stabber. Honestly, I feel that it is the only counter to the specific fit I'm using, well, that and me doing bad piloting, and the latter usually is the case. And when I say counter, I don't mean that it's the only other ship that can kill it, of course, not that stupid. I mean, in most situations on paper, if I'm flying perfect, I can get away from a ship or I can kill it. And fights that I know I obviously couldn't, I simply wouldn't take. Now, usually I wouldn't take a Stabber versus Stabber fight. But I, like I said, can never remember doing it, and it would make a really good video. And I'm really glad I did because he's using the same fit. It's incredibly flattering, especially when you're a small YouTube channel that's not monetized and only puts out a couple videos. What's happening here is I'm trying to dictate range, and I'm feeling comfortable at the moment because I know he's scram fit and he can't hold me down. So I can pretty much leave whenever I want to. But, as a lot of you destroyer pilots will know, you don't have to have a point on your opponent to kill it. All it takes is a few well-placed hits all of a sudden to do the trick, especially towards the end of the fight when it's a really close fight, and this was. I stuck around to the very end because I thought I had a chance of killing him, and only at the last maybe 5 seconds I realized I was going to die no matter what I did. So, his disadvantages. I can really only think of 2. He has the smaller guns, which means his range is not as good. So he had to load barrage. But once he loaded barrage, his range could hit me no problem. Another disadvantage is he can't really use his medium newts to great effect when I'm at 20 kilometers. There are a few moments in the fight when I had to turn off my MWD to micromanage capacitor, allowing him to get closer around the 15 to 17 kilometer range, which easily put new pressure on me, making things even worse. My biggest disadvantage is cap stability. As you can obviously see here, this is not a very cap stable fit even without being neutralized. It's not designed to go toe-to-toe with cruisers. Another big disadvantage is me running the MWD to try and mitigate damage. I didn't realize, as I always forget, that increases my signature radius a lot. And because he's afterburner fit and he's always moving, he's a much smaller target as far as the numbers is concerned than I am. So even though we don't get a tracking bonus, we're both using fall-off bonuses. We're just hitting each other with range bonuses. And because I'm a fatter target, even though I'm moving faster, it's easier for him to hit me than it is for me to hit him. As you can see, neither one of us are really getting good hits except for some rare occasions when I slow down, get closer to him. but it's enough for him. He's well tanked compared to my ship. Anyways, we got a lot of drone combat going on here too. I really want to take his drones out because I need to mitigate as much damage as possible with the cap pressure I'm under. And that should cover it as far as commentary on this fight, so go ahead and enjoy the rest. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. There will be more coming out soon, as I just come back from break and I've been flying the heck out of Eve.
He was a dreamer.